Don't set it out to where I got to go make $100 million. Don't set it out where, and you got working a 9 to 5, making $30,000 a year, and you shooting and looking at trying to build a trust and trying to get all of these things. It's not in your grips right now. What is in your grips that changes is like, yo, what's one step? What is it that, okay, you know what, I'm making $30,000 a year. I'm gonna start my own business, and I don't care if my own business makes me $10,000. At least I made a step in the right direction to be independent. I now have independence, and guess what? Celebrate it. It does not matter if it works or if it fails. You celebrate it, and every step that you take is you celebrate the small wins, and it gives you confidence. Your confidence gets built off of accomplishments. And so if you don't actually celebrate your accomplishments, the small ones, then guess what? You feel like a failure all the time. But if you always celebrate the things that you do, you start to build more confidence. I can. Hey, you know what? I can do things. I actually can.
Welcome to another episode of Access Granted, where I give you exclusive access to entrepreneurs killing it in their industry. I'm super excited because I've been trying to get this next guest on Access Granted for like a year now. Him 500. Welcome to Access Granted. How you doing today?
I'm blessed to finally be able to be accepted here. You know, my access finally got granted, you know, so we're here.
I'm excited to have you. I call you like Mr. Make Millionaires. Like, you help so many entrepreneurs grow. You made so many people millionaires. You're out here changing lives. But before we dive in, I want to know, or tell the audience, who is Him 500 and what are we about to get access to today?
All right. So who is Him 500? Entrepreneur, father, son, a lot of things. But when it comes into business, probably one of the most influential, if not the most influential in the financial literacy space of our generation.
All right, so you've been in this game for a while, and entrepreneurs can learn a lot from you. So, you know, $50 million in less than 5 years, and just so many things that you have accomplished. But one thing that stands out to me the most is the impact that you make with teaching entrepreneurs how to start and grow their business. So I just want to dive straight in, right? Because most of my entrepreneurs are just getting started, or maybe they have the idea of starting their business. So what would be your one key thing that you would tell entrepreneurs to do right now to execute on so that they can be recession-proof?
You said something right. Like you said, the 50 million, I did 50 million in under 5 years. I did 35 million before I was 35. But what I tell people is that it costs money to make money. I was willing to put money back into my business like nobody else. So you got to be willing to go all in, because the brand overall, you have businesses, but then you also have a brand overall that's staying stronger. People will look, I spent $3.2 million on an event in Vegas. Right. And he look and goes like, people look and think when you make money in your business, you keep it when it's the business's money. And that's what establishes and kind of makes your business and your brand iconic. Because I created iconic moment. I've created things in this culture that will last forever. But it costs a pretty fucking penny. But I'm blurred that I watch my language. But it costs a pretty penny. But understand something is that when you're growing in business, a lot of people won't play big. So to be a successful entrepreneur, you can't look and say, oh, you know what? I want to do what I'm looking at the industry, and I want to do what's being done. I want to follow the trends of what's being done. If you can recognize what's going on in your business as an entrepreneur, you shouldn't be doing it. If you can recognize the trends that's going on in your industry, you shouldn't do it, because once you can recognize it, it's already over with. Anything that I did, nobody understood why I did what I did. Now everybody does it, and now it's a thing of the culture. And so one of the things that for anybody as an entrepreneur, what I would tell you is that try to do something that hasn't been done in your industry. Even if you're learning from other industries, it's okay. I learned from other industries and bring it back to my industry. I learned from other cultures and bring it back to my culture because it didn't exist. So you got to want to be iconic, because in reality, it's like you have to do something that hasn't been done yet. So you got to kind of be like on an iconic type of run of like, nah, I'm trying to do something that ain't nobody did. And that's what changes your success level. That's what changes your reach, because if you do what everybody else does and you blend in, you don't give nobody nothing to talk about. So when you see somebody going and take over a Las Vegas airport Memorial Day weekend, not a 30-second on the screen, this me, every single baggage claim, me, all day on a Memorial Day weekend, it's like, okay, yeah, you drop 100,000 to make sure that when y'all get off this airplane, y'all feel me. Why? Because so many people, not just the people who I represent in my culture, in my community that's coming in, 500,000 people, a few million people, it was like 15 million people will be coming in Vegas that weekend. Y'all gonna feel me. That's the type of things you got to be willing to play with, in whatever capacity or level they play at.
That's insane. And I remember like seeing it. I was like, oh my goodness, why am I not at this event? And I think that was probably the first time that I heard about him 500. Like, who is this guy? And then I used to live in Huntsville, Alabama. There was a gentleman by the name of DeAndre Drake.
Okay.
And he was like, you got to meet him. Like, you got to be a part of Recession-Proof. He's going to change the game for you. And I started tapping in and started following you on social media. And I was like, all right.
Yep.
I need to see what this recession-proof stuff is about. So explain, like, what is recession-proof and how do I become, like, truly become recession-proof?
So it's two different things. Like, I can tell you DeAndre Drake. I know who he is, right? He was in the chapter in Alabama, but he was with me since like 2020. 2000, roughly 2020. It's crazy how I can remember names because I used to do my classes live. And so with Recession-Proof, the overall concept is you should be able to make money 3 or 4 ways off of everything that you do, everything that you touch. Being recession-proof in my community, why it works so well is because we create a family dynamic. You realize, what I realized early on is that you don't gain success alone. Like, it really is a community thing. And when we lock arms, it's everybody builds off of each other's success, right? Like, I just told somebody the other day, I was talking to Trap, and I was like, Trap, like, yo, 5 put me on my first stage. And I said, that's cool. Trap bought my first 50,000 square foot building, right? And it's like, okay, I may have had a big conference, but guess what? Because we stand in arms, when one of us raise the bar or have an accomplishment, we have an accomplishment. Because we all fight the same battle. We all come on the same mission. So whoever I lock arms with is that whenever one of us wins, we all win, and it elevates us as a collective. So when I built my community out, I made sure that, hey, we all move as a unit. So when one person wins, we all win. So I'm live, y'all with me, but the only people I deal with is people in my community. I don't deal with, oh man, let me go collaborate with just random people. I only work with people in my community. And now they work with people in their community. And if me as the leader of my community is willing to come and I show up to your event in Alabama, I don't care if family members pass away, I'm going to funerals. If I show up in that capacity, guess what my members do? They show up in that capacity. I have an event, my conference is free for y'all. Y'all don't got to pay. As a member, you come for free. I do basketball tournaments. Why? So we can do community bonding. I need everybody to be family and treat each other like such. And that's why it was so strong, because it was deeper than just what I taught them. It was the foundation and like the psychology of what I'm building for you guys and what you guys exist in. So that was one of the things with being recession-proof is that I tell anybody, it's like, don't try to do it alone. Like, you have to have a skill set and understand like how to move in business, but realize like your team is what changed the game for you.
That's amazing. You touched on something, and I wanna dive in. You said every person should be able to make money in their business 3 to 4 different ways. Let's lock in. Like, what are the 3 to 4 different ways? I'm just getting started. I'm a new entrepreneur. I got the business. But what are 3 to 4 different ways that I should be making money in my business to truly be recession-proof? So
in today's society, let's go into it, is that whatever your product or service is going to be one part. Most people don't realize is that people want to buy outcome. They don't want to buy the problem. And a lot of people go, man, I'm the best at what I do. I solve this problem. That's fine. I was just having this conversation with one of my members because she said, nobody does natural hair like me. I have an all natural hair salon. We do all natural hair. I said, well, why would people come to you? And she was like, she started listing all the problems that people have with dealing with their natural hair. And I said, that's all fine and dandy. But the only thing that I want is the outcome. I said, so the only thing that I should see on your page is the outcome of natural hair. I said, so now I don't care. I'm talking about coming out the swimming pool and you wearing your natural hair. Guess what? Getting ready for dinner is a breeze, because guess what? I can just go and do boom, 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 because I wear my natural hair. Show me everything that people deal with when they fight with not having natural hair. What's the battles that they deal with and why they want natural hair? Just show me that you eliminated it already. And so I'm walking her through like the process of that. And I'm going, okay, now what happens is that that's the one way that you make money. But then outside of that is that then what is the collective like where your community gets to buy in or your customers get to feel like family versus just consumers? So you should always have in-person events, some kind of in-person connection experience to where people can actually do business with you. Then you should give people opportunity to be able to make money with you. So you can buy my product and like it. That's fine. But then can I do in-person experiences to grow my brand? And when I grow my brand, let's just say I'm just going natural hair care. Boom. So we going natural hair care. Well, now what kind of natural hair care experiences can I have in collaborations that I can do? So, oh man, when I do collaborations, most people collaborate in their community. I mean, in their industry, or look for things that go hand to hand. Well, imagine if you go with a company, a clothing line that does recycle, and they're doing natural products, and you do a collaboration with natural hair and natural clothing line products and an all natural juice bar, and y'all go do a workout. And it's like, okay, why? Okay, so now we got 3 different brands from 3 different industries. And I'm not worried about influencers. I'm worried about companies, because a lot of people go and say, I want to go pay popping influencers. Well, influencers have followers. If I partner with a popular company, they have customers. It's a total different ball game. You have people who buy from you. I have people who buy from me. You have people who buy from you. I don't want people who admire you. I want people who are going to spend money. So now we exchange customers, meaning we all make money together. We all build together. So now you got collaborations, you got in-person experiences that make people feel a part of your community. Now you also have people that go, you know what, I can make money off of this. Now, guess what? Now I have an affiliate program where people can now come and get paid to be an influencer, micro influencer. And we as a company now have the infrastructure to go and search what's trending in the industry. So now we're doing TikTok campaigns. Now we're doing different, UGC content. So now the people come to my event, guess what? I gave you the opportunity to shoot the content. We're doing your UGC content to promote the product for you to go make money now. So not only am I giving you a product and an outcome to fix something you already dealt with, I'm bringing other brands and things that you align with to have a dope experience. You get to connect with me, my company, you're a part of it. Now you also get to go make money. It's just so many ways that people just don't look at it outside the box. And what happens is that all of these things puts BTA to all the other companies, because now they're watching going, okay, I use this product, but they don't do events like that. It may only be 50 people at the event, but 50 people at the event, when it hits social media, you have an opportunity to get impressions on millions. So millions of people get to view it. They may not have been able to attend the event, but now they see how many people experience and like actually enjoy the product in real time. It overcomes their belief of like, maybe it's a fake, it's a scam. It don't work like that. Well, with those live events, it kills people's doubts. Now they start to believe. Now you're growing your business even more. So it's just a lot of ways they really can just run to it.
That was game.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
that was game.
I'm locked in. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. I got to do more in-person events. I got to this is amazing.
Yeah,
so
sure.
4 different ways, one business, 4 different ways that we can grow, right? 4 different ways that we can make income. And you actually teach, like you have in-person events, masterminds, where you build a community and they love you. Like they're family. I've been inside of the program. It's really a family. And the support that I'm not part of the mastermind, but I feel like I'm part of the mastermind.
You're part of the family.
Yeah. So when I come inside, they're like, "What's up, Coach K? Like, what we doing? Let's lock in."
Mm-hmm.
And I can feel that that's what you're creating. It's a family dynamic and how you're supporting each other.
Because that's my strong point, right? So when I built Recession-Proof, we had almost 18,000 members. But when I first started out, we got up to about 7,000 members, and that was people I taught live. So every month I would teach a 4-week course live, right? And it allowed me to get to know people. That's where I met a Haitian CEO. That's where I met a Smitty and things like that. I can see these people on camera. And we would sit there and we would build for 4 weeks. So 4 weeks while we're building, the dope part about that was while we're building in those 4 weeks, I get to see them. I get to know them. And I look and I built a brotherhood and a friendship with them, right? And so I remember literally like we went to RPX and I went digital. I went from 700,000 a month to doing $1 million a month, and we selling all digital. Go on a run. What happens is it was amazing. Like now, yeah, the money's amazing. And then I stopped being motivated. I stopped losing my drive because I didn't care. And I'm like, damn, bro, like something different, something's off. Mm-hmm. And I had to identify myself. I said, bro, the thing that motivated you and had you going was the connection to the people. And I'm like, I started selling for $9.97 monthly subscription, and I'm going, things is rolling, but I'm not feeling fulfilled. So I'm not motivated to work. I'm not motivated to do things. And I said, dang, it took me time to actually get back into it. I remember I did a boot camp. And when I did a boot camp, I'm sitting there teaching people, and I do a 10-week program. And when I did a 10-week program, I was like, no, I'm going to extend y'all for a year. They like, what? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to extend y'all for a year. So it was $10,000 for 10 weeks. I said, I'm going to extend y'all for a year. It wasn't for them.
It was for you.
It was for me. I needed somebody to talk to. I needed to be able to brain dump and think about your problems. I need to think about your business, spark my creativity. I like that. I said, yeah, we do it for 10 weeks. So people always ask, like, yo, why you do it? It's $10,000 for a year. Like, why? It don't make sense. Most masterminds, 25, 30,000, 50,000, 100,000. And I was laughing. I said, because it started as a 10-week program, I charged them 10,000. But I started doing a mastermind every single month. So people like, yo, like in-person mastermind every single month. Why? It doesn't matter if they come every month or not. They have an opportunity to. But I need you to stay close and have the access to be connected to people, because that's what keeps people going. If not, people stop. If I meet with you once a quarter, I'm not going to get the success out of you. When I take somebody from 300 followers to 85,000 followers in 18 months, and from no social media presence, don't understand content, to making $100,000 in a month online, it's because they stay so connected, because I'm always giving you opportunity to create content. I'm always giving you opportunity to connect with new people. I'm always bringing more people in, and I get to sit there and connect. And it's like, this is what I enjoy. So now it goes like, okay, we back in it, but now it's like just at a higher level for entrepreneurs. When I started Recession-Proof, it was for beginners, credit, boom, just getting started in business. I started bringing marketing stuff in, but now I'm like, nah, you know what? Let me start with entrepreneurs who are really ready to grow and scale their business.
That's next level. You started the community years ago, right? And I think now we all are trying to gravitate to the community. Everybody has a school platform and they want to charge the monthly subscription. But you're OG in the game. Like, you had this.
Yeah.
What is it? 10?
Ain't nobody touching me when it comes to this community stuff.
I know.
Nobody built the community as strong as
That's
it.
why I'm about to get some game from you,
Yeah.
right? So, I have a community, and we have about 7,000 members inside, and it's really good. But you had over 18,000 people inside of one of your programs at one time.
So I'm a challenge, right? So this is where I challenge people, and it's not I'm challenging you, but the thought of this is that people call it community. Mm-hmm. People die for their hood where I come from. This is people that rock this flag and will die for this color. But it's not the color that people will die for. In reality, it's the hood that they come from. Mm-hmm. And if we change the verbiage and say community, then, well, they willing to die for their community. It's not the gang name. It's the people who they share the same lingo with. It's the people who they dress alike. They grew up going to school together. They play sports together. They call their mamas auntie. They call each other's cousins. That's what they willing to die about. And I look back at it and I go, when I build a community, is that I'm not building a community of people who sit on a platform. A community is something that we actually like. If you look at Recession-Proof, you see everybody out here now, they wear jewelry, they wear watches, people with nice cars, we jumping on private jets. My community looks alike. Whether you got the same car or not, whether you got the same watch or not, you're going to carry it and feel the same, because one person's success blends on the other. We all recession-proof. We all fly the same flag. When I built my community, I did not build it on based off of we all in this community, in this Facebook group. Mm-hmm. That's not community. Community is, go get Rick Ross to sponsor your basketball tournament and let us come for free. We're going to play basketball against each other. Let's all go to the snow and go on a snow trip together. Why? Because in a community, in a family, and what we do in a community is we do things collectively together outside of just learn. It got to be deeper than money. Can we get together and just go to the movies? Can we set up and where, when things is going on, look, okay, y'all going over there, a group of y'all is going to jumping on private jets and flying jets together. So now it's 12 of y'all going on a private jet for the first time together. These are experiences that make people bond that they'll never forget. You could never forget your first time going to a house party and with your friends. Mm-hmm. If something happened to them, I'm hurt. This is why I'm connected to this, because if something go wrong with one of them, it affect me. If something win with one of them, we all win.
That's so amazing.
So when you build a community, I tell people all the time, it's like, it's not about the sale. A lot of people make a transactional sale, put people in a group, but then you never invest back into them. Where it's like, yo, just do things that are collectively fun for them, that brings them out in a total different aspect. That changes the game. And I still yet to see it. I tell people all the time, I say, listen, you make the money, give it back. It will last longer, because now people like, I tatted Recession-Proof on my wrist because I'm that committed to it. But it's about 4 other people who got Recession-Proof tatted on them.
Wow.
Because they committed to it. They didn't wrap their cars the same color. They got chains and pendants like me. Like, people rock it not because of the education that I gave, but because of the unity and community that I built.
That is so next level. So next level. So the biggest thing is create a family, right? So when people want to start these communities, they want to start they come to me and they say, Coach K, how do I create my community? I want a school community. It's not community, it's family.
Yep.
And that's the biggest thing. All right. So we all know that, it sounds amazing. $50 million within 5 years, less than 5 years, 35 million before you were 35. You created this platform of where people love you. But sometimes it gets challenging, right? So what are some struggles and some hardship that you have personally faced with growing this empire that you've built?
Where you want to start? If you want to go into the business side, listen, one thing about it is that you don't know what you don't know, right? And I tell people is that the biggest things that you could learn is from what we didn't do. And so for me, when I built, even when I built Recession-Proof, generated a lot of capital, but then guess what? You do a free event, you do this, you do that. It's a lot of maintenance that comes with it. And now it's going, well, do you have reoccurring revenue that comes in? It was a lot of things that we missed. When it came to building out the affiliate things, I built so many other businesses. I never forget, I'm on stage getting an award at ClickFunnels with the CEO of Credit Repair Cloud. And we both get an award for doing over 25 million in business. And I'm sitting there going at one point, y'all was paying me upwards multiple 5 figures a month for affiliate fee. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm getting 2 awards here because I know how much I contributed to y'all platform and y'all brand. But I have no ownership, no equity in this company and things like that. And so I started to look back, and I remember I just did a partnership with Identity IQ. And the lady just told me, she said, listen, you were my first on board for Identity IQ as an affiliate partner. And you made my name in that company and made me who I am because of what you were able to do and contribute to the company. And so we just did a nice deal together. I won't disclose, but we just did a nice deal together. And it was just based off of the belief in me from what I did for their company. And I'm sitting there going, I should have learned to put equity in and negotiate equity in these companies. But if I look back at it and going hindsight, things that we go through, you deal with internet. When you get on the internet, you realize I open myself up. I want to go make money. A lot of people don't realize that, well, you open yourself up for love and you open yourself up for scrutiny. So now everything that you do is everybody's business. And that's one thing people go yo, you cool how you deal with it. Listen, I signed up for it. So when you sign up for it, guess what? You got to play the ball. You got to play your win seasons. You got to play your losing seasons. You got to play your winning hands, your losing hands. And you just don't get too high on your wins. Don't get too low on your losses because it's going to happen. And you're going to have to deal with things. And it goes yo, do you want to live how you've been living? Do you want to not be unknown? Because if you live unknown, cool, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to do nothing great. And so at all times, you got to realize, how do I navigate? And I had to start learning how to give people something to talk about, to benefit from. If you really want to work the internet, it goes bigger than just, I want to be positive. I'm not just a positive person already, and my mouth already bad. So it's I'm not here to be y'all spiritual leader. So I had to play both sides of the gate. But when things happen, it's a lot of the things is the feedback that you get from the internet, opinions that people have. But what often people don't realize, I told people this, I said, listen, when I trained my students, I said, you can read the comments, but look at the likes. The likes in the comments never add up. If there's 17,000 likes on a post and 1,000 bad comments or 300 bad comments, it don't equal out. But guess what? The negativity is louder, and sometimes we don't embrace the love.
Yeah.
And I think that sometimes people could look and go, well, I don't want to go through this on the internet. People are bro, you be having haters on the internet. No, I got 1 or 2 haters on the internet. But you know how many people love me? Do y'all forget how many people love me and are thankful for me? How many lives I changed? Because negativity is louder, the love that I get is unimaginable on how my life operates and how much favor I have in this world. So I think that when you deal with the internet, is that looking at ups and downs, negativity comes and it's just perspective. Going, all right, that's there, boom, but this love is here.
Yeah.
And I can't take that for granted.
That's amazing. You do have a very harsh approach.
Harsh is crazy.
You'll make a post or you'll say something and I'm I can't believe he said that. But people really need to hear it. And I think you give that coaching space or that sometimes it comes off as motivation. Sometimes it comes off as a little direct.
Yeah.
But I think there are moments when people need that, like that hold your hand and rub you in soft coaching and let's go do this. It doesn't work.
It's cap. Right? It's cap. Like people be sitting there like telling people all the motivation. They give bars and it's like, nah, man, don't nobody need the bars. What you remember the most growing up, you remember every time you got your butt whooped.
Yeah.
Like you don't forget a whooping, but you can't every time they told you can in the motivational messages, you don't remember every time, but you can remember what you got your butt whooped for. Like you 100% remember, like, man, I can tell you, I remember throwing a rock, hit my little, she ducked. I threw it at her legs. She ducked and hit her in her forehead. I remember getting a whooping of my life. I bet you I learned, guess what? Don't throw a rock high or low at a girl, at least.
Yeah.
The boys cool. We would have duked it out. But I got whooped. Like, and I'm like, okay, I remember that one. What's another one? Okay. I did some stuff with I put toothpaste in like one of my sister's like makeups or something. It was the wrong thing to do. I got whooped for it. I remember the things my lessons that I learned. So when I teach and I talk, it's like, yo, identify it honestly and be truthful with people. Not pacify and make them feel comfortable and be like, oh, you're going to be okay. No, I had one of my guys get on stage. He said he wanted to talk about social media. He got on stage and they was like, good job. And he was like, I'm going to be a little nervous, this, that, and the third. When this message, I said, nah, that was weak. I said, first of all, if you are nervous, cool, stand in that. That was good. But now you take too long to deliver your message. Get to the point. Mm-hmm. You got to know how to get to the point. Boom, boom, boom. Especially if you sign up for something. We don't get to pacify and say, oh, we're proud of you, at least this. No, I'm not proud of you being mediocre. Mm-hmm. This is where you can improve on. I'm proud that you took this step. But this is what you're going to do to get better. And if I don't tell you what you can do to get better, I'm flawed.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, like that's not cool. That moving like that's not cool. It's like I see so many people doing the same style of content. They be like, man, it's working. That's great. But it does not push the bar up. When I come into this space, everybody, they had these jokers out here wearing suits saying king. I come on with Rolexes and private jets saying nigga. I'm not looking to follow suit on what's working now.
Yeah.
Y'all got that lane. This is my lane because this is what's needed in the space. We need to be able to feel comfortable. The Morehouse niggas, you educated, the spiritual people, y'all don't accept us. Like when we come in, we entrepreneurs and we want to make money online and we want to wear designer clothes, we not accepted by y'all. Guess what? I'm going to create a lane where I am accepted. Cool. I can be intellectual just as much as you. I can out hustle and outwork you. But because I don't have a certain degree and y'all wear it and carry it a certain way, y'all don't accept us. That's fine. Well, it's a group of us over here who now accept us. And guess what? Now we're doing conferences, 5,000, 7,000 people. And you look up and go, wow. Now you look up and you got an Invest Fest doing 20,000 people. Now it's going, wow. Yeah, guess what? You didn't have to embrace us, but guess what? Everything that's created to be legendary was not a duplicate of something else. Not duplicating. So I tell people all the time, like, yo, dig in your creative bag if you want to be a leader. But just distinguish yourself when you're doing what everybody else does. Don't say you're a leader. Say you're a contributor and you're a part of the movement. You're not a leader until you do something that nobody else done. When you do something that nobody else has done and you're willing to take the courage and go, this might work or I might look stupid. I took 2 757 jets to Miami. Boom. I do a free conference. I put podcasts on a conference. I got Floyd Mayweather, $1 million worth of game. Will y'all come do my podcast? I do live podcasting at a business conference. I got Rick Ross rapping. The night before, we go to a club. We out smoking hookah. We out drinking and popping bottles on Friday night. Saturday, we up learning all day. Got rap performances, but in the meanwhile, you got a Chris Senegal coming talking about real estate funding and crowdfunding. You got Wall Street trappers speaking and teaching. You got so many different people coming and teaching and educating. So you're learning, and we mix education, and we get Rick Ross to do an interview with EYL, and Rick Ross does the interview with EYL. Then he does a rap performance. Then you got K-Camp perform. Then you got Spectacular performing. All in one weekend, flying down on jets and planes. Mm-hmm. Guess what? Amazing. Guess what happens? It inspires EYO to do InvestFest. Now, guess what happens? They go and shift the whole culture with a phenomenal movement, put they spin, do they thing. They take somewhere else for our culture that we haven't seen. Do something that ain't nobody else done. Yeah. That changes the game. So when I look at it now in this space, it's like, you got to be creative if you're going to be a leader. And it's just like, think outside the box a little bit.
I think there's so many people that stay in their bubble, right? And so they have this idea, or maybe they're afraid to step outside the box and do something different. They're afraid that people are going to call them crazy, or afraid that it won't work, or they have to make an investment to make it work. What advice do you have to the person right now who has the idea to think outside the box and do something crazy, but they're afraid to act on it? You trying to be nice?
Yeah. No, I was thinking of a Jay-Z lyric, right? But it's this is like, yo, you either going to be the one who your family praises and always thankful for, or you not. Like, I don't want to be somebody that my family go like, I don't remember my great grandfather. He ain't do shit. So I don't remember him. Oh, he worked hard. Don't remember him. Did you do something legendary or not? The person who put on is the person who's gonna be remembered. You don't remember your great great grandfather who worked hard. You don't know his name.
Yeah.
Don't know his name. Guess what? The Rockefellers remember John D. Rockefeller because of what he did. Those in between, they really don't know all their names. The great grandkids not gonna know the other uncles. And no, we remember the one who put on. So I challenge people all the time and say, yo, I got an idea. Guess what? You only got one life. We all out here trying to figure this out. Ain't nobody been here before. Guess what? If you mess up, ain't nobody gonna remember that your failures. You know how many failed businesses I had? How many failed shots I done shot? Like, and be sitting there like, that was a bad shot. You tried it. Go again. Guess what? All it take is one. All it take is one to stick, and it's over with.
What gives you the motivation to keep going when something bad happens? And because I was at a point where I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go back to the bank. Like, I can easily go get me another banking job, but I stuck with it and kept going. But what gives you the motivation to keep going when things don't go as planned?
Micro accomplishments, right? A lot of people said, like, here I go. So we allow people to set our goalposts for us, or we set our goalposts too far. And we say generational wealth. And what does generational wealth look like? Generational wealth is being able to have trust, being able to put all your real estate property and assets in a trust, be able to pass it down with cash flow, being able to establish a successful business, and be able to bring your kids into that, and boom, 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 boom. I was born a crack baby in the projects. That shit far-fetched, bro. It's not in the reality. Generational wealth is purchasing my first home for $250,000. I made that one. I just changed my generation, because now guess what? They don't get to see projects. They don't get to see food stamps. They don't get to understand WIC and how it works. They don't get to understand that, guess what? Your uncle came home from jail, so you put all his clothes in the front closet because he can't live here. So if he got man clothes in the bedroom, you're gonna get evicted out of the project housing. Like, you don't understand these lessons. You don't understand. It's like, I don't know why I know these things, and I wish I didn't, but I lived it, right? So you understand these things. So with generational wealth, when I say micro accomplishments, is that stop setting the bar and the field goal, so the goal post so far out. Don't set it out to where I got to go make $100 million. Don't set it out where and you got nothing. You working a 9 to 5, making $30,000 a year, and you shooting and looking at trying to build a trust and trying to get all of these things. It's not in your grips right now. But what is in your grips that changes is like, yo, what's one step? What is it that, okay, you know what, I'm making $30,000 a year. I'm gonna start my own business, and I don't care if my own business makes me $10,000. At least I made a step in the right direction to be independent. I now have independence, and guess what? Celebrate it. It does not matter if it works or if it fails. You celebrate it, and every step that you take is you celebrate the small wins, and it gives you confidence. Confidence builds. Your confidence gets built off of accomplishments. And so if you don't actually celebrate your accomplishments, the small ones, then guess what? You feel like a failure all the time. But if you always celebrate the things that you do, you start to build more confidence. Okay, you know what? I can do things. I actually can. I walk one of my students through. You set your account up? Yeah, go to dinner. You set your trading account up? Go to dinner. You actually funded your trading account? Go celebrate. Go buy yourself something small, some flowers or things like that. Okay, you actually have a first day where you actually made a trade. Win, lose, or draw. You actually studied and made your first trade. Celebrate it. When you start to celebrate these micro accomplishments, you feel confident. Now you look back and go, oh, okay, you know what? If I take action, 9 times out of 10, it probably will go the way I think it's going to go. 7 times out of 10, it'll go how I think it's going to go. Celebrate those micro accomplishments. And when you do that along the lines, you look back and you go, oh, nah, I'm way different. Like, things is possible. Now you start to move the goalposts a little bit further. So when I say, like, when people are in a challenging spot, it's not saying, okay, I got all of these big goals. Don't set out a goal, just set out tasks that you need to accomplish. And when you task it down, you go, okay, one task completed, celebrate that shit. Like, so often we don't be celebrating in life. We don't celebrate the things that we've done. And we get to a point where it goes, man, how do it feel? I never forget, I do events, and I remember coming off of Vegas. I remember coming out of Miami and things like that. And they look back and they be like, how you feel? And like, yo, how did it go? And I'm like, I don't even remember, bro. My biggest excitement for them events was from the end, because it was just working. It was just 24/7. So I'll sit backstage. Last year, we sitting backstage at Invest Fest in October. Shout out, like, yo, bro, like, you starting to learn how to take it in. He was like, trying. Because you can do something that changes the world, changes the landscape of that something nobody's ever seen. But in the process of it, what you do to celebrate it or feel accomplished or live in the moment, you don't. We don't, because we just become animals of just running and just go, 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 go. And so now for me, it's like, yo, every time I do something, it's like, you know what? I'm actually going to celebrate it. I'm not waiting for somebody else to celebrate me. I'm going to celebrate it myself. And so for people who feel determined, like you take a loss or things not going that way, cool. When you take a step in the right direction, celebrate you actually taking action. That'll change everything just internally. Like, you have to ethically, trick yourself. Like, and it's like, what is it? I'm brain farting right now. Ethical manipulation, right? You have to know how to manipulate yourself into certain situations, because so often we look at manipulation as a bad thing. And so when you start to learn how to manipulate yourself, you'll start to then learn how to work the world. And if you move ethically, you'll have your way at all times. But people don't study like manipulation, and they think, oh man, you manipulating a situation is bad. Well, turn it inwards and start figuring out, how do I trick myself? Like, one of the things I have to do is like trick myself, like being bluntly honest with myself. I tell people, like, I got rich because I was fat. 100%. I got rich because I was fat. If I couldn't accept me for who I was, I wouldn't be able to go out to the world and play my role. I had to know, like, look at me. Y'all think the big fat dude, he's not a threat. Teddy bear, soft, cuddly, cool. I knew it. Always wear blue. Why? Pop out. I will wear the same kind of suit every single podcast interview I do. If I want to go viral, if I want to be memorable, every podcast I'm going to have the same colors on. So that way, when you see one, you go to the next one, you see my clothes. Or all the clips, they blend together. You don't know where he was at. But when you click it, you're going to go watch. Now you just in a...
Wow. I just took so much in. I think this podcast might have been for me. I mean, he on here for y'all, but he talking to me. I'm taking all of this in and ready to go execute. So if I'm watching this right now, I want you to leave them with, because we got to get you back for part 2, but hopefully it won't take a year. But if I'm watching this right now, I want you to leave me with top 3 things that I should do in my business right now after watching this to scale and grow.
In the business right now, name everything. People don't name their products, services, and things like that, like to where they have an identity. Everything should have its own identity. My ebooks, I remember I created an ebook called Secret Lenders List of different banks and different things like that. I gave it a name, Secret Lenders List. Instead of just saying banks with that, basically I broke down banks by the credit bureaus, and I created and called it the Secret Lenders List, and told people, okay, these banks pull from which credit bureau, so you can know. Here's the local banks, here's your regional banks, here's your national banks, boom. And I made it and called it the Secret Lenders List. People still sell it and call it the Secret Lenders List. I created an identity for it. A lot of times people don't create identities for it, or if you ask them what's their business name and they go, I want to build a community, or I want to build a business, what is it? And it goes, oh yeah, it's Coach K's grant community. Check this out. Ain't nothing in my body can tell me I'm finna go tag Coach K's grant community on my arm. I'm not rocking. I'm not coming wearing your name. But this is my name. I'm trying to build my legacy. Cool. That's your ego. Nobody wants to be a part of your name. That's fine for you. You're going to have to go do something else. But when you're out here building a business, people don't realize like building identity around the products and services. So give your product or service an identity so that way people can attach to that. Not, okay, this is my name, and give it name. So one thing about it is naming your business is one of the key things is like, you know, Recession-Proof. Boom, that's a business. My mastermind is a 1% mastermind. People are in the 1% say I'm a 1%er. I'm in the 1%. Not I'm in Marcus Barney or him 500's mastermind. It's a difference. They can proudly say I'm in the 1%. Then I can also sell you merch. I can do a bunch of other things off of it. Boom. So identity is going to be one thing. The next thing is to play outside the box and learn how to collaborate with other people who have customers, not people who have following. It's a big thing that people make a mistake on. So as I'm leading and coaching my members, is that I'm teaching them. I shouldn't even said that on this podcast. It's crazy, because people don't realize to go get with other customer bases. Not they looking for clout, but teaching them how to collaborate efficiently with other brands and learning how to bring them together is going to be one thing. And another one is just play big, because people only want to be a part of something bigger than them. Nobody wants to pull you up. Ain't nobody going to go, oh man, I see you got a lot of drive, you got a lot of grit in you, man. You're gonna be something someday. Nobody give a shit. What are you doing that goes, I want to be on your team, so I don't gotta play against you. It's it. You gotta be willing to put BTA and go, you know what, I'm gonna make the industry, and it's not negative against them, but they have to feel your presence and be threatened, because if they're comfortable, they gonna look, you ain't nothing. If you make them uncomfortable because you're doing things, you're making noise, you keep showing up, they're gonna go, okay, you know what? I want to work with you because I admire you, or I'm scared of you. It's either one. Give them both. Like, I'm gonna give you something to be worried about, or I'm gonna give you something to be proud of. Either one, you're gonna have to come see me or want to be on my side, because you don't want to be on the other side of the ball. 3 things that I would tell people right now in this season is like, stand on that.
That was next level. All right, I want you to look at the camera and tell the audience where they can tap in with you and how they can be a part of Recession-Proof or the 1%.
They can't. You don't work hard enough. I should know your name. If I know your name and I come reach out to you, you could be a part. Nah, I'm joking. Listen, you can follow me on all social medias at him500. Mastermind, you would have to, honestly, it's like when I open up enrollment and things like that, it's not a thing. You go to him500. Is it recessionproofmastermind.com is the website, but honestly, I don't open it up too much and recruit too much.
Wow.
Just because of where we at now is like more so, I need dogs. Like, I want to work with dogs. It's not just come talk to us. Like, figure out how to get on the call, schedule a call, talk to us, because I'd rather 10 lions than 100 sheep at this point.
Oh, wow.
So that's just where we are right now. And
I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this has been another amazing episode of Access Granted. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share this with 3 people that you love. Until next time.